Most excellent. We are recording now. We are ready to go. Thanks all for hopping on. If you are watching this as a replay, Barry's got some great information for you today. Thank you for uh, your interest in this Holistic Chamber of Commerce event. If you don't know anything about us really, or you found us indirectly, we are a Chamber of Commerce. So we do Chamber of Commercey things, but we're niche specific. We're made up of holistic and wellness professionals, but also conventional business owners who just believe in our mission and vision. And then we also provide a resource to the community because while we are made up of professionals from a membership perspective, our goal is to educate and provide services and opportunities for the community who are looking for holistic services to, um, you know, join us and learn and maybe sign up for things to try to help them in their own healing journey. So thank you for being here. If you're a member, thank you for being here. We love our members. We appreciate you. Barry today is one of our members, and he is going to talk about olive oil and the olive tree and the benefits. And are we using the quote, right kind of olive oil? We just had that discussion about right and wrong. Is there a right and wrong? But Barry Bevier is going to fill us in all about that. I'm going to hand it over to you, Barry. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. You'll do a much better job and thorough job than I will. So the show is yours.
All right. Well, thank you, Laura, and appreciate being able to be a part, not only a part of the chamber, but to help get our how to be healthy messages out through these seminars that we do. Just I won't take much time about myself. It was in the notice, but my focus, my company is Mindful Longevity. We launched it a year ago in January. I've been involved in holistic wellness for many years, and my focus is on brain health. I'm a certified brain health trainer through Amen Clinics, Dr. Daniel Amen, and I have an engineering background and a tendency to seek out what's out there that we can utilize to as convenient as possible, stay healthy. And so my focus is brain health, and I get involved in helping people with other wellness issues also. I was introduced. I've been uh, using olive oil for a long time, and last fall I was introduced by a friend for 20 years. Hadn't contacted him for 10 years. He reached out and told me about a new company that was focusing on olive products for health. And so I looked into it, and it's been a fun ride so far. And had a lot of fun doing the research to put together this presentation. So uh, there's a little bit of history here about olive tree and olives, and a little bit of science about what is available today as far as products for our wellness from the olive tree. And it's not just the olive oil. So, Lord, do I have the ability to share?
I just made you co-host that you can share.
Okay, so
Try to.
I'm going to get started here. Um, all right. What do you see the presentation?
I see a
No.
weekly focus, your blueprint to success thing.
That's because I haven't. Now you should see it.
Yes.
Now do you see the olive tree? Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So Laura and I were talking about the title. I've called this The Olive Tree's Ancient Treasures, Uncovering Hidden Healing Powers. Uh, so the olive tree has been around for thousands of years and been used to extract different products that were used in many different ways. Um, predominantly, the trees grow in the Mediterranean region with that type of climate. Botanically, it's the Olaceae family, which also includes lilac, jasmine, forsythia, and the ash tree. Just a little bit of background. For millenniums, it's been the lifeblood of Mediterranean economies. It's the symbol of peace, the olive branch, purity, and strength. And if I have time at the end, I'll bring that purity in there. The fruit and oil have been used for food. The oil, as we know from the Bible, is used for, and history has been used for anointing and ceremonies. In ancient times, it was used in lamps for lighting. And one thing I learned when I was doing this is it's used as a lubricant. They until petroleum products came about, olive oil was used as a lubricant, and of course, for medicinal purposes. Um, so the olive longevity connection. Olive oil is the primary fat in the Mediterranean diet, which we know is a healthy diet style. Many of the blue zones coincide with olive growing regions. Um, there's one exception. There's a blue zone in Loma Linda, California, which I've always found is kind of an anomaly because it's in the Los Angeles Riverside area where used to be a lot of agriculture, but the smog and development took the agriculture out. But in doing my research for this, I found out that in the 1900s and early 2000 or 18 and 1900s, there was a lot of olive trees grown. Um, so interesting to me anyway. The average olive consumption in Mediterranean countries, so Spain, Portugal, Greece, Italy, uh, is between 12 and 36 liters a year. And it's because they know the olive oil there and it's local to them, they know good quality. And so they consume a high quality olive oil that's more beneficial to the health. The average annual olive oil consumption in the United States is 1 liter or less. And it's usually not the highest quality olive oil. Still beneficial, not the best. The best olive oil, and by the time we're done with this, you'll understand, is organic when you can, early harvest, and that would be on the label, and you don't see that much. You have to look for it. Cold pressed, when heat is used, it removes many of the beneficial nutrients, and high polyphenol extra virgin. So let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. Hippocrates is noted for that, saying that. Um, Olive extracts and olive oil has been used in the past to treat over 60 medical conditions, wounds, burns, skin infections, dry skin, was used in hair care, ancient times a base for many herbal ointments, and still is used as a base today. Used to treat digestive problems and constipation and to address joint pain. So modern science has been able to extract the compounds and figure out why has been so successful for so long in use in medicines and in foods. It's very high in polyphenols. There's more than 30 polyphenols in the olive leaf, the fruit, and the oil. And we know polyphenols are the micronutrients that we really need to sustain optimum health. It supports heart health because it's rich in oleic acid, which lowers LDL cholesterol and raises HDL cholesterol. Olive helps with immune support, It's loaded with antioxidants that combat oxidative stress, reduces heart disease, cancer, and neurodegenerative risks. Skin support. It contains vitamin E and K, which are protective to the skin. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. One of the compounds I'm going to talk about is oleocanthal. It works just like ibuprofen, reducing inflammation and pain naturally. So you get the effect of pain reduction without the negative effects on your liver, especially from the ibuprofen. Um, and then the extracts from the leaf and the olive pulp contain other medicinal compounds. So oleic acid is the main component of olive oil. It's an omega-9 fatty acid. We hear a lot about omega-3s. We know omega-6s are bad for us. We need some omega-6, but not too much. We also need omega-9. And so oleic acid is a primary source of omega-9 fatty acid. It helps improve our lipid profile, so it's cardioprotective. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it supports insulin sensitivity. So it works against sugar and insulin spikes to help level those out. Um, hydro hydroxythyrosol. Some of these are hard even for me to pronounce. It's present in both the oil and the leaf, mostly in the oil, some of it's in the leaf. It's one of the most potent antioxidants known to science today. It protects against lipid oxidation, so it's cardioprotective. So I'm learning it's not so much the cholesterol that's damaging to our arteries. It's when the cholesterol gets oxidated that it can form plaque. So protecting against lipid oxidation is important. It's anti-inflammatory, and it's also anti-cancer, anti-tumor. It supports apoptosis, which is the natural death of cancer cells. Ole, Olerapine is present more in the leaf with a little bit in the oil. It also is an antioxidant. It's an anti-inflammatory. It also is anti-cancer, helps with apoptosis. It controls the blood sugar, so it helps reduce blood sugar and insulin spikes. It may reduce bone loss with age, and it's neuroprotective. So it's important in brain health, which is one of my big interests in the olive oil product, olive leaf and olive oil products. Oleocanthal. This is the compound that really drew my attention. It's only present in extra virgin olive oil. It's not found in many other plants. It's what gives the olive oil that peppery sting when you drink it and swallow it in the back of your throat. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It works as COX-1 and COX-2 inhibitors, so it works exactly the same as ibuprofen. And depending upon the olive oil, again, the quality, 2 to 4 tablespoons of uh, high polyphenol, and we'll get to that, olive oil acts the same as the recommended dose of ibuprofen. So I mentioned it, I'll reinforce the comment. You get the pain relief effects, the anti-inflammatory effects without the damage to your organs. It's an antioxidant. It also is anti-cancer, supports apoptosis, and it's neuroprotective of the brain. So you're going to, as we go through these, I've got only 7 of these, but as we go through these, you're going to see a common thread with anti-inflammation, antioxidant, and neuroprotective. Um, Verbascicide, it's only present in the leaf, not in the oil. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant that's 140 times more potent than vitamin E. It also is anti-cancer. It helps lower blood pressure, and it supports mitochondrial function. So it is anti-fatigue. It helps promote better energy. And because of the mitochondrial support, it's neuroprotective. So it helps with the brain. Um, Triterpenic acid, it's only present in the leaf, not in the oil. It's an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-cancer, antimicrobial, and antibacterial. And as far as infections go, there's gram positive, gram negative. This works on both of those, and the gram negative is one of the a part of Lyme disease. So I haven't done much research, but I'm thinking this could be something that can help people that have Lyme disease or other infections. And then squalene. Squalene is an interesting component of the olive oil. It's a byproduct of lower quality olive oil processing. Just like all fruits and vegetables, there's going to be higher quality that's harvested, and there's some lower quality that can't qualify as the for extra virgin olive oil. So it has a bitter taste. It doesn't have as much nutrients in it, and it goes through some processing to make it more usable. And so squalene is a byproduct of that processing. I'm not going to get into the lower quality oils, but I would like to say that um, even though it's not the highest quality olive oil, it can be used for cooking, and it is better for a better oil for cooking than vegetable oil or corn oil or canola is, and that it has the omega 9s instead of omega 6 fatty acids. So even though it's not as good, it's still better than a lot of the other oils out there used in cooking. It's primarily used topically. It has anti-aging components. It soothes inflammation, improves elasticity. It hydrates into your skin deeply. And it's used as a carrier oil quite a bit for skincare products and sunscreen. So I could go on and on with the components or with the compounds in olive oil and olive leaf extracts, but those are the primary ones that I was planning on talking about today. So you need to have high quality olive oil for your health benefits. Um, Extra virgin cold pressed is the only type that preserves the medicinal properties. Heat is used in processing. It's less expensive in a lot of oils, but that removes the micronutrients. It takes out the beneficial components. So when you're buying olive oil, look for cold pressed. Um, all of the properties that we talked about, especially the higher polyphenols, come from early harvest. And that's the olive oil has higher polyphenol content when it's picked a little green, just before it's totally ripe. Um, and so that's where you get the higher antioxidants and other health benefits. It's where you get that more bite when you swallow it. So if you're buying an extra virgin olive oil and it is not early harvest, it'll be smoother. It may taste better to you, but it doesn't have the health benefits of the early harvest. So look for extra virgin cold press, look for early harvest on the label. Um, the best oils will have the harvest date and the origin, and the origin may be a country or it may be a specific region within a country, like it's a lot like wines. Um, Fresher oils from more reputable Mediterranean producers will get you the highest quality. Uh, Always buy in dark glass or tin packaging. Uh, Avoid plastics because you can get the contamination from microplastics and the PBAs. Uh, Dark glass and tin protects from the light from degrading the olive oil, which destroys the beneficial compounds. And then the best olive oils are going to have certifications. So look for a PDO, protected designation of origin, um, organic certification. A lot of olive farmers are sustainable, and they may be growing organic, they just don't have the certification. Uh, but when you see a designation on it, you're pretty much guaranteed it's going to be a higher quality. And then the better olive oils will have a label with the polyphenol content. And so that should be in the 300 to 600 milligrams per kilogram or milligrams per liter uh, designation. So, an extra virgin olive oil is good for you. When it's cold pressed, early harvest, uh, stored, bottled in dark glass or tin packaging is when it's going to be the best. And so, just a little bit of promotion here. Where can you find olive oil and olive leaf extract products that give you all of the benefits that I've talked about? And you can buy the best olive oil. You can find the early harvest, cold pressed, but you aren't getting the benefits of the leaf. So I brought Aliabo into my Mindful Longevity brand last fall because it has products that give you all of the benefits. Uh, we have a supplement that combines both the extra virgin uh, high polyphenol olive oil. We have a pain oil that's has a lot of the oleo the painkiller in it, and we also have a high quality olive oil for use in cooking and on salads and in foods. It is not high polyphenol though, because a lot of people don't like that bite. So the high polyphenol is in our supplement product, and our olive oil is very smooth and tasty. And then we have a new skin product that has squalene in it that we just rolled out. So this is the daily supplement, comes in a pack, high in the oleocanthal and the other polyphenols that is infused with rosemary. So you get the benefits of the high polyphenol without the bite because it's in a capsule. Olivectum is a proprietary blend that extracts the benefits from the leaf. And then Rosa is another product we put in. It's not from the olive. It's lycopene and grapeseed extract, which has resveratrol. So that's there for us guys that need to take care of our prostate. Um, so we're coming to the bottom of the hour. That's what I have. And Laura, do we have time for questions?
We do. We actually have a question. Make sure you put that link to your project. I already went there, but make sure you put
Oh,
your Alivio URL in the chat. But
okay.
Megan asked if there are harvest times for us to look for. And then yes, Shelley, once he's done answering Megan's question, you are welcome to unmute.
Um, the harvests are usually late summer into the fall, and they vary they vary depending upon region. Uh, just like I spent a lot of time in Southern California, and until I learned what I did about brain health, I really liked wine. uh, but the harvest in Southern California is a month or a few weeks earlier than in Northern California, so it varies. But typically, it's in the fall. It kind of follows the grape harvest. So if you see olives that are harvested, late summer, earlier in the fall, as opposed to later in the fall, they're likely going to be that early harvest and have the higher polyphenol and other nutrition components.
Very good. Shelley, go ahead and unmute.
So, my question is about age and rancidity. I keep hearing all these different things, and I hear, as probably most of us do, that even if you store your oil well and you keep it in its dark bottle, that eventually it will go bad. So the first question is, if it's gone rancid, will it hurt you if you ingest it? And if that's not advised, I tend to use mine topically after I think it's too old. Can it hurt you if it's topical and
That's
rancid? Which, how do you?
that's a good question. If it doesn't taste fresh like when you got it, um, that probably means it's getting rancid. Uh, I've never looked into that. I would not consume it. I think though using it topically would be okay. I wouldn't even use it for cooking. Uh, uh,
Okay.
but if
I just
you
use it on my skin.
yeah, yeah, you can use it on your skin. I don't think there would be any problem there. Uh, but if you buy it fresh, if it's less than a few months old when you get it, uh, and don't buy 3 gallons at a time. Buy a smaller quantity and use it. You shouldn't run into that problem. I have before I learned about olive oil and started being conscious about what I'm producing, or purchasing, I should say. I did have olive oil that went bad, and I could tell by the taste.
Yeah. So what is a typical, if you buy, for example, yours, let's work with your brand, and we
Hmm.
purchase it, which is fresh, once it's open, well, how about both those questions? What is a typical shelf life unopened, and then once you open it?
Oh, I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, thank you
Sorry.
for being so straightforward. No, no, I appreciate
No,
that.
I
Thank
I
you.
don't. I mean, I even before I got so involved with olive oil, typically would consume a liter a month. And so that's never been a problem for me. It's never been something I've thought about. But I would think in the bottle unopened at least a year, and a few months once you open it. But again, it doesn't last that long around my house.
Okay, that's a fair answer. Thank you.
I'm with you on that, Barry. I'm like, I finish, a bottle of olive oil, pretty quickly. So,
Well, I go in for blood work every 6 months, and I go in April, and so I have just kind of as a test, but also just from how I feel, started to consume an ounce, a shot glass, 2 tablespoons in the morning and in the evening, plus what I use for cooking or on my food. And I'm going through a liter every 2 weeks now. And so I'm going to be very interested to see what my lipid profile looks like when I get my blood work done later this month. Uh,
yeah, I also
it's
use it for my hair because my hair can, get like frizzy and sometimes dry on the end. So I'll just
Mhm.
rub some olive oil on my fingers and, do the ends of my hair. So I kind of use it all over the place as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. And I'd like to share one thing. And again, if you get the high polyphenol extra virgin, you're going to get the oleocanthal, which is the ibuprofen equivalent, naturally. But when I have osteoarthritis in my knees, I basically beat the cartilage out of my knees when I was younger. And the things that I've noticed from taking the Aliavo supplement pack is better sleep, more energy. And after just a few days, my knees started feeling much better. And then when they came out with the Flex pain oil, that just added another level to how my knees feel. So I know it works. I know you can get some benefits, a lot of the benefits out of just the oil. And I'm very grateful for the guys that founded Aliabo, who've been in the nutritional business their whole lives, and discovered these things because it's made a difference in, my energy and just being mobile without a little bit of pain.
Mm. Wonderful. Make sure you put that link there. Did you put it
Oh,
in the chat?
I
Yep.
didn't.
Link
I
in the
didn't
chat.
yet.
Just, I mean, people can research. There's a ton of olive oil brands out there, but it can be deceiving. You go in the grocery store and the label looks great. And I had no idea to look for that certificate of like trust thing that you said
Uh-huh.
there. I had no idea to even look for that. So I think a lot of times labels can be deceiving. So it's good to have,
Right.
some options.
Right. And I think we all don't like spending any more money than on food than we have to, and we have a tendency to, we know extra virgin is good. And so we look for that extra virgin. Sometimes we look for cold press, but we have a tendency to buy the least expensive olive oil.
Mhm.
And this has changed my mindset on the health benefits of olive oil. And I think even though, you may buy an olive oil that's $15, $20 for three-quarters of a liter or maybe even more, uh, it's good for us, and it can maybe reduce some of the other supplements we're taking.
Well, yeah, and I think you're just wasting your money if you're not buying good quality products. I'm from the
Right.
mind that's just, wasting money as well. Anybody else have any questions? All right, I stuck the link in here because I copied and pasted and I don't see it.
Oh,
I don't know if it's not going through, but I did copy and
maybe
paste
it did.
the link.
Okay, I just put
There it
it
is.
in.
Oh, it just
I
went
just
through. I beat you to
Okay, it went
it.
through and mine followed it.
I know.
So if we've got a couple minutes, as I was going through this, I'm thinking, where did extra virgin come from in designating olive oil? So I did a little search on AI, and in ancient times, the olive tree was considered sacred. And so only virgins, pure people, were allowed to work in the olive groves and process the olives. So the oils were called virgin's oil. And
That's
that got changed
hysterical.
through the years to virgin olive oil. And then in the 1960s, I think it was in Italy, the government decided to put some quality designations on the olive oil. And so that's when the extra virgin came into play. So there really is no virgin olive oil. It's extra virgin. uh, and so I thought that was interesting.
That is funny. I'm like, how do you be an extra virgin? You kind of are or not.
Yeah, so the
That's
term
very
is the term is historic, and then the government got involved.
That's funny. That was a good ending nugget. Give us all a laugh. Anybody
So
else have
good.
any last questions for Barry before we sign off? Anyone? Thanks for being here and for joining us live and asking your questions. It's always nice to be able to engage with people.
So yeah, thanks everybody for taking time out of your day. I do more and more presentations lately, but I really had fun putting this one together, uh, learning about some of the history and just getting into the science of it. So.
Yeah, this is great. And I'm going to give Barry the list of registrants here so he can send out the replay. So even if you attended live, and you kind of wanted to remember some of the terms that he was talking about, you can then get the replay of this event. So give us a couple days. It does take our tech team a little while to get it up on YouTube and whatnot. Uh, and then if you don't get it, you can go yell at Barry because he'll be the one in charge.
Thank you,
So,
Barry, for that presentation.
I
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
you're
Thank you, Shelley.
you're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Shelley. Thanks
Yeah.
for your
Bye,
question.
everybody.
Bye
All right. Have
bye.
a great rest of your day, everybody.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks.